I started this farm 13 years ago now, and we've just added more guys to it. But structurally, we do have 3 guys that have much more experience, and they lead a couple of other lead the other guys. We have 9 total, but I work very closely and directly with all of them. So we're not a huge operation with lots of layers and lots of levels. We're a startup company, just 13 years old. So we haven't been around a long time. We started with a pickup, and I had a side job. So we've come a long ways from where we were, but we're a long ways from the huge farms you see around. We're not the multi-generational anything. I had a little pickup, and I had a job at a welding shop, and I bought, from the money from working at that welding shop for a year and a half, I bought an old 8430 John Deere, and I got an FSA loan, and for $60,000, and I thought I'd never pay off that debt in my life. And we started with 230 acres renting, and anyways, then we bought this place. The owner carried it for us, and then just 3 years ago we built this shop, and it's just stone after stone. We've kind of just built the thing, just grown here a little, grown there a little. We started off with, I had a job for about a year and a half. I worked at a welding shop straight, and then we started farming, and I'd quit in the summertime at the welding shop, and I'd work in the wintertime at the welding shop because we didn't have enough equipment, so I hired all the groundwork done anyways. And then we got enough equipment and got enough ground that I quit the welding shop totally and started farming, just strictly farming. And in that process, we've had 5 kids, and it's just grown. TEPAP stands for the Executive Program for Agriculture Producers. But yeah, it's down in Texas. Texas A&M puts it on, and they've done it. Now I can't remember how many years either. It's almost 40 years that this has been going. So TEPAP in itself has changed me in that I realized how bad I was at what I thought I was good at. We thought I was more than just a farmer, and I had more business skills and business focus. And going there, they don't teach you horticulture. They don't teach you about pesticides. It is about agribusiness, and I realized how little I knew and how poorly I was doing. I may be good at growing corn, but I am bad at managing my team to grow corn. What that has pushed us to do, that class was good, and I have a whole notebooks full of notes I took and information, but to swallow it all, we realized we had to make changes quickly. And so we actually found a business coach even, and he's part of our team. He's coaching us how to implement some of the things we saw and did in TEPAP into the farm. And that, between TEPAP and pushing us to get to this coach and this business coach working with us, we've made some huge changes, and we're really optimistic that 2024 will be our best year. 2023 was a great year. So far, it's been a great year, but 2024, we're optimistic will be our best year just because of the changes we've made. We're very optimistic. For the Achiever Award for the Young Farmer and Ranchers, there used to be a side-by-side that was given to the winner of the Achiever Award. I was on the state YF&R committee, and it came up Polaris was no longer going to sponsor us, and the State Farm Bureau wasn't going to pay for the side-by-side. We had to find sponsors for the gift, whatever it was going to be, And I had heard about TEPAP from a few different people in the past. Always wanted to go. It's fairly expensive, and in my pursuit for furthering my education, I had taken all of the free courses I could really get my hands on, and TEPAP I was really looking at. But I said, hey, what if Farm Bureau just did the TEPAP course, you know, sponsored it. And the next year we had already had this, that year we had already had the side-by-side lined up to go, but it was the following year. I said, what if we just paid for TEPAP? And so we went out and tried to find a sponsor, and Farm Bureau made one phone call, and those guys paid for the whole thing. Northwest Farm Credit, or now Ag West, paid for the whole thing in one phone call. They were totally on board for us furthering education for these guys that have proven to be the best of the best already, not just giving them a trophy. It's really been life-changing. As crazy as that sounds, you'd think we're there to learn about money and how to make money, and we're definitely have to be profitable. But if I don't care how much money we make, if I'm miserable in my family life, it's nothing. None of it's worth it. And so that's where I'm so excited about. I can have my pie and eat it too. We can grow this farm and be profitable, and I can be happy. You know, my kids can have a dad. You know, we can do both, and they're showing us and teaching us how to set it up. So I was just a good farmer. That was it. I didn't know anything else. And to do what we want to do, I have to be a leader on the farm. I have to lead this team, and I can't just be driving tractors all day. I have to lead them on how to see the problems and take care of it, instead of just run to me every time a bolt breaks or every time anything may have gone wrong. I have to train and lead them to be able to take care of problems. And I never saw that before.